But as I promised, recording for those who sign up in Eventbrite, then yeah, we'll make a recording. So let's start with sketch. Since we are painting with watercolors, let's do like very thin. Yes, not much fat lines. Yes, especially where this part of sun is going. Yeah, so we can also start like, maybe I'll plan, yes, that the sun will be here. And I will just like very lightly with the pencil, yes, I will do this circle and that's it. I will not do this inner circle where yellow is, because we know that with yellow color, it's, yeah, it will be visible. So just approximate where our sun is. Yeah. Hope you can see the original, yeah, somewhere on your phone or on the extra screen. Yeah, then it's easier, because then, yeah. And then we start kind of planning. Yes, we doesn't have to do like perfectly. It's also impossible, yeah, flowers too much, but let's plan like big parts. This very nice red, yeah, flower. So now it's more about the size, yeah, and then we can see, okay, where my flowers will be ending. Yeah, maybe somewhere here. Also, the vase is not really in the middle; it's to the left. Yes. So let's plan the big parts, and then later can do a bit more details. Yeah? Yeah, and then later when we start painting, I can tell you a bit more about Chagall. What do you know about Chagall? Where is he from?
Sorry?
Do you know where Chagall is from?
Yeah, he's from Vitebsk, right?
Yes, very nice.
So in the past it was, well, now it's Belarus, but in the past I guess it was, because I don't know exactly the time when he was alive.
He was born in 1887.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he lived almost 100 years. Yeah, so he would die 1980 something.
So at that time,
yeah,
I don't know, Belarus, or maybe some kind of, it was maybe another country, like because it changed so much over the centuries. I don't know.
Yeah, but Vitebsk, of course, is now famous, yeah, because Chagall was born there, and yeah, he was born in Jewish family. Yeah, father, mother, lots of brothers, sisters. They would live in not a very big house, so also sharing. There was girls' room, there were boys' room, and okay, yeah. So I've positioned kind of where my vase is, and then the space in between. Yes, one kind of space a little bit for flowers. Yeah, so if you see some flower you want to make detailed, yeah, and mark it. I find very interesting those birds on top. Yes, they kind of make it nice in a composition way. So here is two birds looking at another. Yes, and also flowers. Yes, and then another bird looking more like, I don't know, a lizard or something. I find very nice those blue parts, you know, flowers. They look also nice in a painting. Yeah, these blue dark ones. Mm-hmm. What is it that you find interesting in Chagall, Marina?
Sorry?
What is it that attracts you in Chagall painting?
So I just remembered from some years ago, my uncle took me to an exhibition in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
from Chagall, and my uncle was very, very interested in him because he's Belarusian, like us, and yeah, it's one of the biggest Belarusian, I think,
Yeah.
people in the world, like in the world history.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a lot of respect, like internationally as well.
Sure.
So, and then I started also just checking what kind of stuff, like online, what kind of paintings does he have. And actually I was searching for stuff for my new apartment. And I to have something like from an artist. And then I thought, oh, maybe something from Chagall.
Yes.
So I on Amazon and I just started to search for posters. And this was one of those posters that I found on Amazon. I never bought it because I ended up not buying anything. But I had it in my Amazon list. And that's the one I sent you.
Nice, nice. Yes. This one was a surprise for me. Very nice. Yeah, I didn't know about this flower bouquet. Yeah, it's not so famous because afterwards I did the research and couldn't find much information exactly about this painting. Yeah, but you can still paint it. So there is some woman, yeah, here on the right side. With Chagall paintings, sometimes one can maybe find them too, you know, like infantile or childish. Yeah, like his style. But what really makes special, because this childish impression is only when you like look quickly, you look at them, yeah. But when you start discovering, when you start looking inside and inside, it kind of gets you in all his paintings, because you suddenly you start seeing some other details. Yes, there is some horse, there is some woman, these birds or fishes. Also, it also in this painting here on the right corner, here we can see also little village of Vitebsk. And Chagall painted, like during his life, almost always he included his little houses in his paintings. So even later when he moved to Paris, and he actually lived 60 years in France, in Paris. So actually they consider him like a French painter. And sometimes he would paint both, like view of Paris, and still he would include his hometown Vitebsk, images. So it was like really inside of him. This, so he never refused, he never rejected his background, and
always these like figures which are upside down or like horizontal, like
yes, yeah.
Strange, like illogical sometimes.
Yeah. Also, there are a lot of you can find maybe some people they are flying. Yes, it's also a sign of Chagall, or some like people sitting on the roof, and it actually comes from his childhood memories, because I think it was maybe his uncle or someone who liked to sit on the roof. So it's like, and also many goats. Yes, so all these animals. So, and he would still include in the paintings all this kind of countryside life. And yeah, tell me, Maria.
Zhenya, I don't know, what is this, what you were painting in the corner, bottom corner, right, left?
Yeah, so these are, I see them as three birds. So here is like one bird, and there is another, and the third one is upside down. Yes.
Ah, birds.
I think it's three birds, yes. And here on top, here are some roofs of this Vitebsk town. Yeah. So if you zoom in into the yeah.
I know, I get it. Yeah, thank you. No, because for me it was completely like, I thought maybe it was like some kind of path to the village, but then, but now
Mhm.
you get the bird, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. So also what we should mark in painting purpose is where we will have this highlight on the vase. Yeah, so yeah, it's somewhere here. So it's kind of just as we usually mark and save this part. Yeah, also it's very nice that in this case with Chagall, you don't really have to just follow very nice the shapes, and you see also the vase. It's kind of has a weird form. And there, and then this woman here, and yeah, the red flowers. Mhm.
Question. On the upper right corner,
Yes.
there are two birds, but then what is this shape below them? Is it just flowers?
Oh,
There's
now
one
I
bird and
haven't
one
seen
woman.
it previously. Now I see the naked woman there. Here you
what?
go.
It's one woman.
So there is this first bird, then there is this kind of second shape, green shape, yeah. And here in between, now I see there is literally naked girl with boobs and the body.
Yeah.
So, well, one can skip it if it doesn't, yeah, maybe, but and
Oh, that's so interesting. I cannot see it. Oh, maybe I have to like.
but no, of course, this is my painting here. You can't see it. You should open the original. You have like that I sent you.
I don't have. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, because yeah, I didn't paint it because I haven't seen it first time. Yeah, so that's what happens. Do you have a chance, Marina, to see the original now?
The thing is, I only have one small.
Yeah. So okay, here is okay. My phone it looks good. So see, here is this corner of the birds.
Ah, oh my god!
Oh my god, yeah.
It's like everything is hidden in yeah. Ah.
So here is this, and then it's like here are also flowers. For example, in this case, I see even kind of like a mask or something. Yeah, but it's maybe just leaves there. So, and then it's just kind of some fluffy red spots, yeah, of under them. Like,
Well, yeah, like the more you look, the more you see.
incredible. But imagine I've already painted this drawing, and I missed the naked girl. Yeah, and then here this the bottom right corner is here. Yeah, so here is this woman. Yeah, and some red flowers with green. Yeah. Yeah, so of course we kind of sketch these details, but we will try just to give this emotion. Yeah. And of course, for example, this typical, yeah, for example, you put red color and then you have these blue stripes. Yes. So this of course is nice technique to copy. Yeah. But here all in these flowers, then it will be mainly, you know, we'll put spots, we will try to keep it white. Yes, and then play with the green. How it go? So then we have our sun, and then we have this main red flower with these two birdies on top. Then we have all these part with the flowers. So we have here one purple flower. Here in the middle is the red, and then comes dark base and I can know if not. I can let me know. I can zoom in some other detail that.
Thanks.
Yeah, I will start printing out originals. Yeah, because here I have possibility. Then instead of my drawing, it's better to have just printed originals. How's your sketch, Marijn? What do you see?
Oh, I sketched the birds and the girl and the sun, red flowers in the bottom, the woman there on the right as well, the village, the fishes, and the vase.
Nice. Yeah, and also if you finished sketch, then you can remember like lighten up with eraser. Yes, and then clean it well. This eraser dust, yeah, but because it's watercolors and yeah, I mean, but still you can see the thing.
It's very random, right? Like the flowers.
Yes, it's very yeah. So I mean, of course, one can see it, look close, and spot all the details. But,
yeah, I try to just copy a bit the way the flowers are.
Yeah,
drawn.
so still kind of take time, study them a bit. Yes, and so it's mainly kind of they go in circular way, and they have something like spot inside, and some irregular circular parts around. Yeah, so. Yes, and then some darker leaves here, kind of outside a little bit, so where the flowers are finished. So also this side a little bit. So the brushes, so depending, of course, if you have A3 like Marijn, yeah, maybe a little bit bigger would work nicer. So some small ones for details, you may be doing this, yes, just these lines that he has blue ones around the flowers. And then either, you know, just a bit flat one, so just for some more comfortable, some a bit bigger parts. And of course, all this blue background. Yes. For example, sometimes I keep myself also here, like close, maybe big brush, and I keep it dry. Sometimes it's comfortable when you want kind of clean something, you know, if it's goes over too much or something, then a big clean brush helps quickly kind of, yeah, instead of using paper towel, that also works. But, and so also I was experimenting, take a look, this long brush. See, it's like a very, and I find it very, very nice for thin lines, also painting sea, for example, and one you must always show these little lines. And as it's long, it kind of works nicely to create long thin lines. But yeah, so in process, we'll see what. Yeah, very nice variant. Yeah, and anyway, it's comfortable to have various brushes, yeah, along, because you just grab one, and if you want to change color, then grab another. Yeah. All right, let's start.
Evgenia, I've got these aquarelle brushes. It's also fine, yes?
So these ones are big. Do you have also small ones?
What?
Do you have also small ones? Do you have also the ones for the details?
Yeah, but they are not aquarelle.
Oh, it doesn't
They're
matter.
just
I
small.
use this the same. This same brush I use for acrylics and for watercolors.
Ah, okay, because I have this special aquarelic.
Yes, these one are those
brushes.
fancy ones, and they might work very good, for example, for this part of the sun.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
and they work nicely in this technique, wet on wet. When you make your paper wet, and then you sit watercolor on top, and it always goes blurry. Yeah, so we can, for example, experiment this with the sun. Yes, for example, we will not make all the paper wet because we have too much, yeah, details. You make paper wet when, for example, you have to cover half of the page with sky and half of the sea, and then, yeah, then it's nice. In this case, it's more. So yeah, so I take brush, and with clean water I'll take a bit bigger. So I will make wet, so this part of where the sun is. Yeah.
Okay, that will totally wet this.
Yeah, but not all the page, only this part of the sun.
Yeah, only this part.
Yes. And one can actually work, for example, if later you say, oh, maybe the base I want also do. Yes. So we will now experiment, and you will see the difference when you make your paper wet and then put the color, and then let's say we will put some color on the dry paper for flowers. Yes, and so give it few seconds also to the water get a little bit in. Maybe I'll use this. Yes, and then we'll put, let's first put kind of this lemon yellow. Yes, and then a bit darker yellow inside. So here I'm putting.
I have lemon and oak. I think it's ochre. No. Yellow ochre. Is that the darker?
Do you have this medium yellow?
I only have these two.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, but you can also, because ochre might be a bit brownish. Yeah. So what you can also do is just use only lemon, and then it's just first you put.
Or just lemon with white.
Also, so you can, like, this first one you could put a bit more watery. So now I'm putting this big circle of just watery lemon, and then later when it dries, I can put the same lemon, but like with more paint on my brush, and then it will sit darker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably now it's hard for you to see, but yeah, I've put this. And now try to mention this difference between painting on wet and painting on dry. is that you don't get like, you get less borders because the paint is kind of going inside this wet, yes, structure. And here, of course, then comes in a role what paper you have. If it's yeah, low quality, it will sooner get curvy. Yeah, if it's 300 and then it will be more resistant. So there is also different. Yeah? So that's why, for example, I'm not making all paper wet. I just did this part. So then my sun is kind of all blurry. I said just now, we also do the blue background. Let's try to choose, yes, a bit lighter. Even if original looks dark, we will put, as usually, kind of first the base layer. And yes, because then we will be sitting on top the other objects. So it's just, let's choose some blue. Yes, and now, for example, you can try and then see how it works. If you sit, so I have my brush kind of wet. Yes, and I sit the paint. Yes, let's say maybe here we're under the flowers, under the waves. Yes, I'm just kind of creating the.
Without making the paper wet, huh?
Without making the paper wet, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, but here, since I'm kind of let's say I can keep on adding a bit more water if I need. Yes, if I see, okay, the borders are a bit too much, I can keep on kind of just with the brush, you know, go on top with a bit more water. And so of course, save the flowers. Yes, don't go inside the white part. Yes, so it's kind of mainly outside.
And also not in the vase?
Yes, you can go, but I'm leaving it now because let's say I'll go with a different glue on top. Otherwise, I will lose my yeah, position because I have sketched very, very lightly. Yes, but if you cover and you still see the pencil, of course, you can, because this is very light and we will be able to paint on top of it. Yes. Yeah. Be very careful with going close to the sun. Yeah, so maybe even don't go close to it because you will get green color. Although there is kind of there are interesting spots on the sun that we can later make kind of apart. Yeah, it's like very kind of doing very freely. Yes, I keep on checking with the drawing. Yes, so where is blue, where is not, but but now since I have blue on my brush, maybe it's makes sense that I go to the vase, and now maybe my brush is not so wet. Yes, and I use it maybe more kind of and no worries, you can put like first strokes, and then we go away, we go for other part, and then you come back and so kind of don't try to finish the vase with this one sketch. Yes, don't forget to save the highlight on the vase. Yeah, I always prefer just to leave a white space a bit bigger than in real life. And then later I will recorrect it, because sometimes if you leave white, it keeps on like yeah, a bit white, too white, and you want to kind of add maybe some blue in it. So, yes, and if you accidentally go with the paint there, you just have to be quick and yeah, and go quickly with the clean brush and take off the paint. Yeah, so yeah, not necessary all the details. Tones.
So you took violet or dark?
For the face, I took the indigo color. Yeah, I just have it like separate.
And Prussian blue is okay?
Yeah, Russian blue is good because it's also this dark aspect. Yeah. So we know that ultramarine is yeah, a bit more kind of maybe purplish. And yeah, so since I'm with blue, maybe I'll just do the few touch-ups for maybe some for this woman. Yeah, it's again because you remember the watercolor will disappear a lot. So this is the way really kind of you. So I put a lot of stuff just as a background first, yes, and it will dry, it will be fade out, and then I can come back and retouch it. Maybe here also just few lines for the village. Yeah, very abstract. Just this.
Zhenya,
Yes.
what is a dark spot? It's like a shadow inside, or I missed that one?
Here on the left. This one?
No, in the vase.
In the vase. It's just vase itself. So it has this this curvy stuff. And so some part
Spot inside of it? Is it?
So let's say so it's just the way, you know, it's right to show the volume. Yes, yeah. So that's why kind of so it's let's say it's the vase itself. So just one corner she made it a bit darker. And then this part is a bit light because she shows this yes, because we remember, yeah, you have to draw differently all when it comes to the volume.
Yeah, 3D.
So this is what it is about this vase. It's just yeah. Of course, we can now discuss the way he represented the vase. But, yeah. So for example, also what I did now with the vase, I kind of let it sit, let it dry. So maybe it's too much of this white. It has to be, these spots a bit darker. But at this moment, I prefer leave it like this. And when it's dry, then it's safer. Then I go in and can correct it. Yeah, so the same as the woman, I can just do a few strokes for the birdies. Because in watercolors, you always have to come back. It's like, well, I've already painted there, and now it's gone. Yes, but that's what watercolors do. Yeah, so it's not like acrylics. So in watercolors, you always have to come back again and again, yes, to some places that you need to make darker. Yes, again, it's like a pre-sketch of the birdies. Yes, I let them dry and later make some part darker. Yes. So after this, I suggest we change for the red. Yes, and then we work on red parts. Yeah, so this main flower, some parts in the side of white flowers, and this part on the corner. Yes, and then we'll move to green. Yeah, but also careful, keep on white. Yes, we need. In general, when you look at the original painting, the feeling is still the flowers are white, even there are a lot of yes, green, and so be careful not to yeah have it this white gum, because in watercolors white is the paper. Yeah, it's we can of course now trick and use white acrylics. Yeah, so red. Yeah, choose your red, either which you like, either which yeah maybe matches the. So yeah, but it's kind of intense. So also filling your brush kind of with lots of paint. Yes. Less water, more paint at this moment, and yeah, bravely take to the spot. Red flower. Yeah, and this moment it's more painting as if it's acrylics. Yeah, just less water and just sitting this. So there is a little bit white inside the flower. And yeah, so again, for example, now since my brush is like really filled and the color I have is really intense, I can go for the flowers here on the bottom, because the other colors I will already use kind of less reddish, yeah, more water, so they are more pale, yes. But for those, the ones where I want to have really intense, and then here on the corner, I'm literally putting just some spots. And now it's already kind of, you're getting less paint, yeah, because it's gone on paper. So I just continue with the same brush and I just have it already lighter. Yeah, with I have this.
Sorry.
Yeah, so this second flower, it's a bit more purplish. Yeah. You can try also if you have, you know, blue leftovers. So that's what I did. I just went with my brush into the blue and I get, yeah, but maybe it's a bit too dirty. Yes, and sometimes somewhere you can kind of see paint intense and somewhere you can kind of blur it out with the water. So. Yeah, and a few spots where the birds are. Yes, so again, later, yeah, when you do revision, you can recorrect some of them. So yeah, this is the base part stage. Yeah, where we just yeah, and then we can move to green. Do very similar what we did now with red. Yes, can fill in the brush like with lots of paint first, and yeah, and then first put some intense points, and then since you have less paint on your brush, then you kind of continue around, and it's then it's already faded out. And you see that his green is very yeah, how to call this color? It's also a bit more close to the emerald, yeah, so mixed a bit with blue. But also feel free, you know, if you say, I don't like this green, maybe this green is not my favorite, I can yeah, choose. Yeah, so for example, where is intense green? Intense green is here under, yeah, a little bit this flower, then there is something going inside the vase. Yeah, so I'm doing all really kind of on an eye, yeah, approximately. And, yeah, so now I try to spot the dark parts. Yeah, you can also use the brush kind of also drawing the contour. Yeah. Yes, and then if I feel I want it a bit more waterish, then I can add. Yes, but careful and remember we are saving white. Yes, so still keeping it down. white spots. Yeah, then later we will make some parts darker blue around, and then we'll white. Yeah, will show up more. So also maybe the birdie on top. Yes, again, kind of make the base color now, and then later I'll come back and do some blue contours. Yes, can change also the green for this second bird. Yes, so they're not maybe two the same. Yes, so here where the base is, there of course is very dark. Yes, you can mix also maybe green with the blue, and then you will get a bit darker. So also under these red flowers, they should be dry by now. And don't worry if it looks like all too separate. Yeah, in the end, we will go again with the blue around, and then we will kind of sum it up together. And yeah, now again, choose the blue. Yeah, but also dark. So it can be a bit maybe blue mixed with purple can also work. Yeah, because then you get it. Yes, and I'm taking now thin brush, and we will go all around here where the flowers are already kind of precising. So we've seen these spots, but now your aim is actually now kind of concretize some flowers, not all of them, yes, but just some that you can.
Which color? Sorry.
So I took blue and mixed it with the purple. So then I have it a bit kind of this. It will be a bit darker and yes, and then let's say, yeah, you can practice maybe first on other lines before going to this main flower of yeah, this red one. Here I've set some spots and so now you're already painting flowers, and then you decide either you're looking on Chagall painting and yeah, or you say, okay, I'll just kind of approximately. And yes, and there are some these blue flowers going up. Maybe those a bit more transparent. And the sun is. Yeah, so we are making now contour of white petals, of flowers. Yeah, so this is a bit more detailed, just kind of take patience, time, and just try to do the flowers. And so I do lines, but if I see somewhere kind of, yeah, I can change to the putting kind of spots. Yeah, so. Yes, and then those dark petals, yeah, these dark leaves, of course. Yeah, they help the kind of structure a bit all this stuff around because it's all fluffy and white, and then with those blue leaves, yeah, kind of. here I like very much this flower on the left. Mhm. Yeah, can do the bird, the eye. Okay, the naked lady. I'll skip the naked lady. I'll just put some as if it's flowers. If it happens, you know, you get tired of the details, and yeah, sometimes it's good to stop, maybe go some other part of the drawing, let's say, can come back to the vase, or maybe work a bit more here at the bottom, yeah, where there are not so much these thin lines. And, yes, I can go, for example, on top of my vase where I have left white spots. Now I just some color on top, and in the end I still leave just one with no. Come back to the bird. This may be it, and it's already a bit more easier. So and what I can also do, then I can take blue and just go kind of around, filling a little bit spots in between, you know. So, but it is all kind of in many separate parts, and I can go and unite a bit, maybe some here these villages and the birds, yeah, and the birds closer to the vase as well. Yes, because I already have lines, and if I go now around with the kind of half transparent watercolor, yeah, it will they will stay. Yes, they won't be gone. but my aim is to unite. Yeah? So it's now kind of coming back to the background, but now already a bit more choosing. Yeah, so not just covering transparent all of it. Now I kind of see maybe also you see some parts there on the background, some lines or you can go inside the flowers also a little bit blue. So you can go around the flowers with darker blue as well. And so where the sun now also sun is dry. Now we did it first. So you can put this brave, this brave part of blue here also around.
So you made the paper wet again?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But yeah, if you feel, for example, now I did, and the line is really a little bit kind of hard, then I can just go with, I clean the brush. Yeah, although the water now is dirty, and one should have kind of always two waters. Yeah, for watercolors, usually have two. But I can now kind of, yeah, blur it out a bit if it's too strong. But now then it's also like now I'm a bit making it dirty. Yeah, so it's this making wet. It's usually more in the start, and it's for creating this base layer. Yeah, and then on top you work getting the details. And yeah, so it just helps the paint flow and yes, and you can make, for example, if you see the original, the sun is very nice. Yes. Oh, we forgot to make the inside part of the sun. Yeah, so maybe I'll do it now. Yeah, because it's not only the yellow circle, it's like if you see the original, it's like really there is some orange. Yeah, it's kind of layers over layers there. So one can try. Yeah, why not to? Yeah, but first, right then. So we have this big yellow circle. Now I'll put inside the, this darker one. And then the rest, what is left, I can try and experiment, maybe putting a little bit blue on top. So then it's a bit kind of, yeah, bluish. So, but I imagine it's hard to, yeah, then maybe I can see there a little bit of green, but this is already okay. Don't, if you're not sure, don't put this green, just like a spot there on the sun. Yeah, but it's also just to add some few more details also, so not to leave the sun kind of, yeah, just empty circle. And yeah, and then maybe then I'll do the flowers a bit higher, these blue ones. And they're getting up. And now I come back to flowers, maybe do some more details. Yeah, again with this thing and brush. Like, yes, maybe if it's still too white, kind of I can. Now how it's going, Marina?
Okay.
Okay, good.
Not very beautiful, but it's, yeah, I think I did it like more minimal because it's very difficult for me to have all the details. And it's overwhelming. It's really a lot in this one.
A lot of
Yes,
work, huh?
You think the same, Marina?
Yes, it's you need to take a little patience and very slowly draw everything.
It's just, I think it's different for someone like the original painter, Chagall. He probably was like, you know, just doing it naturally, but to copy somebody's, you know, like natural
Yes.
way of thinking is really difficult because many things here don't make sense in this painting.
Yeah, I was wondering how quick he paints, you know, if he takes a lot of time or is very quickly done. It's like the speed of the painting.
And try to also with the sun, try to make the layers, the colors.
Yeah, and also taking kind of time and making darker, yes, around also that will help to unite and it will look.
Oh no.
Oh my God, what happened? What happened?
Oh my God, I stained the sun with black. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I can just put some water on it.
Try, but wash your brush or take clean brush. It should be
Oh.
clean the brush, yeah. And now the water, we have very dirty water, so it's either you like, yeah, quickly run and change.
Okay, I think I should stop.
Yeah, or paper towel, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
now having like on it so that
Mhm.
yeah, it's gone, but it's like a bit messy.
But it's, yeah, of course. It will,
Because you know, like on a small A4, it always gets very messy.
Well, then it's time to go for bigger format. Yeah, you might actually enjoy it. Might feel actually more free.
Yeah, I've done it, I think, with you also last year. This year I have just one block and it's still not finished. So I was trying to finish this block of paper.
Mm. Okay. Well, yeah, his blue around is much more darker. So let's take a look. No, I see no stain at your sun. Nice. Hey, oh, I really love it. It's good.
Just I could not translate everything because it's so much, and like in the little space that I have, I don't know. It's also I see and I want to translate it, but I like my brain does not. It's a lot. Like I cannot put on paper everything that I see. It's really.
But I'm surprised. Yeah, you did actually a very good job. It's yeah, it has this good emotion. Maybe we still have time. What like the flowers and the sun? Yeah, I would leave okay. Maybe if you take a thin brush, so maybe we can unite a little bit the bottom. Yes, maybe kind of just maybe like a few lines. Yeah, just take some blue and like connect maybe this woman to the vase, and the bit maybe just it's more like an abstract. Let me maybe also do some on my work here.
Okay. I see.
So maybe here is some line and kind of just a little bit create also this bottom feeling. And so that the woman is not too lonely there flying.
Yeah.
So then we kind of go everything. The birds also to the vase, and although yeah, they're all good, just kind of a bit darker, some lines there, abstract. And, yeah, but nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's yeah, the red flower nicely looking at us, and then there is a feeling of these birdies on top. Yeah, they're like walking there, and yeah, all right. Yes, but this is it. Of course, one can sit either 2 hours or 4 hours. It just depends how what's the purpose? Yeah, because one can also paint in fires, let's say. Yeah, it's more maybe for acrylics. I see it and maybe I just paint the base, yeah, and then get tired and I continue with the other. Yeah. Of course, I imagine maybe Chagall wasn't ready in 2 hours. So.
I don't know. How long do you think he painted it?
Good question. Yeah, it will be just guessing. No.
But maybe this information exists.
Well, I was kind of reading his biography, and so he had some part of life. So this famous Bella, yeah, the one when this painting where they're flying over the town. Yeah, so it was his big love from the young years, and then they had to go to United States because it was all this, yeah, the war part, they had to escape, and then she died. They were already kind of coming back from United States to Europe, and just 2 days before the trip, she got some infection and she died. So he was, of course, very like, he stayed almost maybe a year without painting and everything, and then he met, I think he was with 2 other women later, and one of them was Brodsky. Yeah, I don't know if she's relative of Brodsky, but what she did, she kind of isolated him from the society, and she created him all these kind of space and time and circumstances, so he would just paint, and then he would produce a lot, and yay, Marine. A secret Chagall is hidden. All right.
No.
Maybe there is reincarnation.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful. And so many details.
The only thing that
Yeah, it's a lot of
maybe
work.
also on purpose, you know, this theme of the big red flower, this how you call stable, this part where the flower is standing. You see on this. So you see, Marine, your big red flower, yes, your big red, and it's missing this vertical line.
Yeah. The stem. Yeah.
But maybe it's on purpose. Maybe it's like, yeah, but I like this line because it's a bit like a beautiful bouquet. But yay, nicely, all these spots. Yes, much nicer, Marina. Yeah, than the woman.
I added the lines so that the woman is lying somewhere.
Yeah. Well, but there is some happiness in his or like this, yeah, the feeling of nice.
Zhenya, as usual, my phone already said
yes.
The battery is less than 10%.
No worries, Marina. If you finished, yeah, or stay till your phone suddenly leaves us. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I will already disconnect.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was fun, and thanks so much for the idea and for taking our opinions and wishes.
Yeah. As always, very welcome. Using your favorite masterpieces, because it's also thank you to you. Without you, I wouldn't discover this part of Chagall. So nice. Yeah. No, so see you next time, Marina.
So next week we'll
thank you.
Yeah,
see you.
We'll do Hopper next week. Bye.
Bye.
Edward Hopper next week.